You know, I do these things quickly, or try to do them quickly. I do them off the cuff. I record these videos like multiple times, but you don't ever see those edits and blends because I don't do that. Okay, so what am I talking about today? Today I'm talking about I post comments on other people's videos. This time it was a Vlad video. He was interviewing Lunel. For whatever reason now, my comments elicit a lot of responses. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's my personality. I have no idea, right? So as we know, I have a propensity to call people stupid because, well, you know, they're just stupid. What do you want me to do? I can't fix stupid, but I can point it out. So the argument discussion is about the McKee Bryant. Is that her name? Ma'Khia Bryant. The shooting in Columbus where she called the police and then he showed up and it looked like she was about to stab someone, which is, you know, reasonable from what you saw in the video. And he shot her like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. I have no idea. I can't remember. And, you know, people, you know, Lunel, you know, kind of question whether or not, even though I don't think she saw the video, is why the police are shooting people so much and it may be excessive force. So, hey, so there's a guy online that says, hey, the police can't shoot anybody too many times. You know, you shoot until the threat stops. Well, you know, that's the general doctrine. That is correct. However, and this is what I said, however, sometimes that may not be the case. Right? Sometimes you can't shoot some people too many times. You know, I hesitate to say this because I don't think it's actually absolutely appropriate, but Laquan McDonald. You know, I don't think he was approaching the cop. I don't think the cop was a danger. But definitely when he shot him once or twice and he fell to the ground, of course, then it's obvious that the threat has stopped. He's on the ground, but he shot him, I don't know what, 14, 16 times? You know, whatever it was murder. He got 6 years. Ridiculous. In any event, that judge should be removed from the bench. He should never be on the bench. And also use bullets where excessive force is. We're talking about Andrew Brown Jr. in North Carolina, where the prosecutor wouldn't prosecute. Prosecutors have a broad, just incredible amount of discretion. You have no idea. They can prosecute and not prosecute at will. You just have no idea. That's why I keep telling you the police have the final word on nothing. But in any event, the police violated their own policy of not to shoot into a moving vehicle when there was no longer a threat to anybody. So, vehicle turned. The cop who's actually may have been in the most direct threat didn't fire, kind of just like pushed off the vehicle, and the vehicle's headed away, and 3 out of 7 cops fired into that vehicle while it was driving away in violation of their own policy. They should have been prosecuted. Absolutely, positively, 100%. It was excessive force that resulted in someone's death. Now, back to that person's question, because you know, I'm kind of hot about this a little bit, right? And they're stuck on stupid. I tell you people, you're not stupid, but you're being stuck on stupid because you're not paying attention. My argument was that things change. Be they fast or be they slow, they change. And that all you need to do is put people in positions who have a different point of view, and then things will change. You know, they don't prosecute cops now for shooting too many times in a deadly situation, but maybe later on they'll say, you know what, you shot him too many times. And we're going to prosecute you for that because we think at the 3rd shot, you stopped him, but you hit him 4 more times, and that doesn't make any sense. So now you went from being defensive to offensive, and that is a thing. That is a thing, usually applied to the general populace. I don't know if it's ever been applied to police except, well, hold on. Supreme Court divides on when a shooting by police can be considered excessive force. Supreme Court divides on when a shooting by police can be considered excessive force. That's the headline. I don't know if it's completely appropriate. Here it is. I want you to take a look at it so you can look it up for yourself. It's on the Washington Post. It has more to do with seizure. But I'm going to let you read that. And so my argument to the person was, listen, it's being asked a lot, and policies will change, and if society has the will to change the policy, if society has the political will, and the people are in the right positions, then things will change. Then things will change. And let me go back to this, because I'm at the 5-minute mark. If someone breaks into your house and say you hit them with a bat and you knock them down and they stop what they're doing, but if you hit them with the bat 4 more times, you went from defensive to offensive. Say you had to strike the person with the bat 4 times, right? And they kind of like stumble backwards a little bit, but then you continue to attack and you hit them with the bat like 8 more times. You went from defensive to offensive. And that's, and you know, all depending on who the prosecutor is, you can be prosecuted. They will prosecute you for that. And they will say exactly that. That you went from defensive to offensive is actually a thing. Right? That's why, I had made a video a long time ago where I said, if I was walking down the street and I just punched your girlfriend in the face, whap, I mollywopped her, and you were sitting on the porch and you saw that, like, what the hell? And you ran toward me to defend her, but I ran away. Right? At the point in which I run away, you are no longer defending her. I mean, I'm no longer a threat, excuse me. I'm no longer a threat to her because I ran away. But now if you could continue to pursue and you attack me, well, then I recover my rights to self-defense. Now, the question will be asked in court is that I punched your girlfriend in the face to elicit a response from you so that I can thereby, have some kind of physical altercation with you. These are the kind of questions that are being asked. And they have been asked. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. And so the police have an obligation. Well, they don't have an obligation, actually. they don't have to protect you. But in any event, and that may surprise some people. They don't have to protect you. In any event, the question is being asked whether or not bullets, being shot too many times by the police is excessive force. And I guess, what will determine it is when did somebody stop being the aggressor? Was it when you shot them, they had a gun in their hand? Or when did that person stop being a threat? They had a gun in their hand and you shot them 3 times and their hand fell down to the side, but they didn't drop the gun. Are they a threat? Because the gun is still in their hand? Because the gun is still in their hand? Or do they become a threat if they try to raise that gun again? I mean, that was my criteria. Santana Woodard had a brick in his hand. I was waiting for his arm to move forward. But as soon as he backed away from Steve and his hand came down, I backed down. It doesn't give me carte blanche to shoot him. He was no longer a threat. So by law, I had to retreat. Of course, I'm not the police, and the police have no duty to retreat. They may need to take you into custody, which is something completely and totally different. But the standards may change. Like, you don't have to shoot him 5 times. I mean, you can shoot him twice and see if he's still a threat. And if he's a threat, shoot him some more. Or her some more. I mean, actually, I've been kind of trained that way. I've been, there's such thing as, you being tasered too many times. That's why, I call bullshit when I see, tasers, police or law enforcement taser somebody like 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Because my training says, and I know it's 3 at maximum. One's a custody shot, one's a compliance shot, right? I'm going backwards. Custody shot, compliance shot. I just don't know what they call the first shot. Is it a stop shot? Or is it like 2 compliance shots and then a custody shot? I don't know. I can't remember. I know it's 3 shots at maximum, 15 seconds. And that's it. And according to Taser, who makes the device, says after that, you're to move on to something else. So, because there is a such thing as taser torture. If you taser somebody 6 or 7 times, are you trying to take them into custody, or are you being punitive in your actions? All depends on who's sitting in that seat with the title district attorney, prosecutor. That's the person who makes the decision. Things change, policies change. All depends on who's sitting in the seat. Okay, that's my video. See you later.